Hi, John Tui here, Solaris Knight, and Doggy Kruger, and a shout out to Action Activate. Stay tuned.
Greetings, it is I, Gazbot, here for Action Activate. And if I am Gazbot and this is Action Activate, then with me, as always...
It is the big dog, here to talk about not what everybody expected. So we originally were going to do the finale of Dino Fury, but both of us thought, you know what? Since it's the finale, instead of giving everybody I'm not going to say half-assed, but like not fully prepared.
It would be like, hey, we haven't rewatched this since it aired. I'm a little tired. We're doing this in the middle of the day, which we don't normally do. We didn't have notes. We thought we'd wait, rewatch it, come prepared, and give it the attention it deserves. Yes. But we didn't want to skip a week. So we're doing this, again, for us, odd middle of the day recording. And we decided to just pick sort of a fun topic, which is...
we're going to talk about our Lightning Collection wish list. We've done this before, but honestly, most of the time offline that Gazbot and I talk about stuff, obviously we talk about Power Rangers when it's relevant, but we are toy collectors. So really it's, oh, what's the new toy news? What are we doing with our collection? This and that. And this is something we've talked about, or started to talk about. We're like, we should just do a show of it. We should update a show on it. This and that. So that's what this is. This is us unprepared in the sense of we haven't talked to each other about it, but we've definitely thought about it at various degrees.
My thing is I have a lot of names to throw out, but the idea we were going to be like, well, what's our top 5 that we'd want each, which would then make a top 10. Maybe I'll call this top 10 Lightning figures we wish we had, and then we do 5 each, something like that. But without looking at every single figure I might want, I just did like a quick mental list, and I had like 15 right off the top of my head. So I'm like, oh, this is good. Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, for me, it comes down to 2 things. And this is where I want to go from you. For this list, is it going to be ones that we get to make the decision no matter what, if these get to be made, kind of magic wand, or ones we want made that also kind of make sense based on how they're releasing things?
I think it should be magic wand, but okay. I think what we could do is we'll start off with a big pool of everything we might want. And in that, we could talk about this is more likely to get made, or this makes sense, but I don't care. I want this. Yep. And so we're the head of Hasbro for a day. So, they might have business people telling us what we should do, what makes sense, but we won a contest and we're not going to be there tomorrow, and we could pick any 5 we want.
It's the fan vote 10 times.
Yes, exactly. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Yeah. I think the easiest thing in my mind is to go just from Mighty Morphin on up and kind of think about, kind of go through all of them and say who we might want, and then go back and refine.
And we're going to count anything comic related in its own category, even if it's in the Mighty Morphin era or something else era, just because it gets very convoluted that way.
Okay. We have the visual here. I'll throw this up here. I don't know if we actually need it. I have the visual from lightningcollectors.com. Is every Lightning Collection release in order with a visual thing. This is a great thing. If you don't have this link already, it's a great link I just found.
Yeah.
I don't. This would only be relevant if we're have they released this figure or something? But I think we know mostly what's been released, right?
Yes, but I also find it relevant where thinking of what might happen, it lets us know what kind of exclusives get made, what kind of ratio they have in waves, things like that. Just because if you look at one of the more recent waves, there was no villain in it. Actually, there was a villain. It was a Red Ranger. A cog go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. There we go. There's a Red Ranger from the current season. There's a cog, which is the villain. There's a 6th Ranger and a Core Ranger.
Yeah.
For the wave of 4. Now, if we go lower, these are all individual or exclusive releases, things like that. Kind of breaks away. But the next wave is, if I remember correctly, these 4 were green, blue, black, yellow, no villain.
Oh wait, what's the metallic white? I guess that's the fan channel. Okay, yeah.
That's a Pulse exclusive, yeah.
Right, okay, and then another. Then the next wave, presumably, is Dino Charge blue, Beast Morpher yellow, Putrid, and so they do have a villain. They have the army builder there. So, okay, but let's close this. I'll leave it open on the side, but I'll close it for now.
Yep.
So I actually made notes for myself up through Ninja Storm, and then I was like, okay, I didn't have time to go any further. So again, this isn't like I've already these are the ones that are definitely going to be in. But when I just thought about Mighty Morphin, what we have, what I would want, and there are some that I still might want, but again, not as high on the list. So I'll go first since I'm kind of
and this is in no particular order, by the way. We'll let you know like if we have a number 1, but like other than that, it's kind of whatever.
This is how I thought about Mighty Morphin. I don't need any more versions of the Rangers. I have every version I want. And again, that might not be true for other people. Other people might want something that we haven't gotten or this is just our opinions.
Yeah.
So the first thing I thought of was Babu, because he's part of that menagerie. He's a cool looking monster and friend of the show, Steve Andrino. That nudge. Then after that is Rito. And honestly, if I'm being real honest, I kind of would rather have a Rito just because of how he looks on the shelf.
With Goldar especially.
With Goldar especially, which leads into Bulk and Skull, because I'd love to have Goldar, Rito, and Bulk and Skull like a couch or something.
Yeah.
That was like the first 4 that came to mind.
Yep.
After that, I still want a Rita. She exists, but I want a single release. But I know she's out there and I could get her if I wanted to. And then also, I guess I would get a Squat. Squat is my least favorite visually of all of those menagerie, but I know I'm going to get all of them, but I wouldn't waste a pick on that. So that was my Mighty Morphin thought.
I have very similar thoughts to you. I can't really think of any monsters that I would want that we didn't get or that you didn't name already. I mean, honestly, when you're coming up with like, definitive like, characters from that, we've pretty much got everybody from the side of good. For evil, that's really who we would need out to round out the villains. If you wanted to say Master Vile, you could. I could live without a Master Vile. Like, okay.
I think a lot of figures, and there's the thing. I think a Master Vile should be made at some point. I don't know that I need a Master Vile.
I would get a Master Vile. If you told me him or 30 other villains, I'd probably pick 30 other villains over Master Vile.
If they were monsters of the week, I might not. Yeah, I don't know. You know what he would fall into?
Monsters of the week, I'd pick over Master Vile.
I guess. Well, I kind of agree because I don't love his design, and he wasn't. I mean, he was a big character for like a minute, but I do think he's Mighty Morphin, and there's a Mighty Morphin fan base that are going to buy everything Mighty Morphin, and they want to keep that part of the the timeline in a lot of waves, which I understand. And I'd rather see a Master Vile than like a 5th Red Ranger from Mighty Morphin.
Here's the thing: Master Vile was cool. From what I recall, and I haven't watched Alien Rangers in a long time, he didn't fight. He was just there.
That's my recollection as well.
I would much rather have a King Mondo than that. And that's still in the Mighty Morphin-ish era.
I would rather have a King Mondo as well, but he isn't on my list, I realize, as we're talking about that.
King Mondo, I don't know if he would crack the top 10, but as we move on to kind of the next phase, we can kind of back and forth this where I'll say mine for a season, you chime in, agree, disagree, whatever. For Zeo...
Alien comes before Zeo, but we just got.
They said they're making the team though, so that's kind of
right. Okay. Well, wait, hold on. Isn't Alien Rangers when Ninjor came in, or am I getting my timeline mixed up?
Ninjor comes in, then Aliens after.
Okay, so he would still be my. So then if he's Mighty Morphin, Ninjor would be super high on the list. Yeah,
Ninjor cracks my top 5. I will say Ninjor definitively is a top 5 pick. Okay. We do have the Walmart version, which I've seen people get, and he fits in fine. I'm kind of
had it in my hand. I've had it in my hand and really thought about it. That would be the only thing that would keep it out of my top 5. The idea that there is something I can use, and I have the vintage one already.
Yeah.
Versus something like a Bulk or a Skull where there's like no version whatsoever.
Exactly.
Okay, so Zeo, you go first then.
Yeah. So for Zeo, we have all of the heroes. If we got a single release of Pink, that'd be cool. Obviously, not using a pick of it. But yeah, I would say probably King Mondo. I'm sure if I went through all the villains, there's a villain I would pick here and there.
What was not the little prince, but the older
Scar?
I remember him looking pretty cool.
The prince is cool. If I only get one, it's King Mondo, though.
Sorry, is that the end of your Zeo?
Yeah, like if we got that whole squad, cool. If we only get one, King Mondo, because he also actually fought the Rangers.
I agree that King Mondo, if you're only getting one, is probably the one to get. Although if they released the Prince, I would probably get the Prince because he's also.
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but if you're like, you get one, boom.
That being said, I can tell you right now that I wrote for Zio none. Not that I wouldn't maybe get those figures, but they're not even in my like first pass list. They're figures, and this is true of a lot of figures I own. Where like I wouldn't have picked them, but they're there. I want them. I'll buy them. But like I'm not going to put my magic juice behind getting the Machine Empire.
I have a small army of cogs that I think just need somebody to lead them.
I can't remember if I got a cog or not.
I don't know. You either got the 2-pack or the regular release.
I never got the 2-pack. I need the regular release for Zio.
I was going to say for the Tonfas.
I think I like plan on getting him, but I haven't because he goes up and down in price at various times. Okay, so here's one that is kind of its own thing. Mighty Morphin movie.
Oh,
now I guess I'll go first. Again, Ivan Ooze. I think I would rather have a King Mondo than an Ivan Ooze.
Yeah,
I like that he's an American only and he's significant and all that, but like he's somebody that would he'd have to be like a deep discount, and I would have had to not bought a figure in a while. That aside, you know, I'd be more interested. Oh my god, I forget her name, but like the jungle princess that was in that movie, Dulcia.
Yes,
I would buy her before I would buy him because I like her design as like a jungle warrior better. That being said, I would either, depending on how good they looked and how different they looked with the armor, and maybe if they came with the pieces of like weird stuff, I would either just get one like to represent the movie, or if they were really good, then I'd probably get the squad. That being said, I wouldn't put my juice behind getting any of it.
Yeah, I'm in the same spot as you where I have all of the triangle boxes that they did the Toys R Us release years back of the 5-inch. So I'm technically good. Right. And I have a Ivan Ooze for that also. But like I would absolutely get them if they do them, when they do them, whatever. I don't know how to write for it.
Would you use your magical powers to make them manifest? Yeah, that's okay. So then I got the list next to me, so I don't have to.
Now you're Turbo.
Turbo, but you're first on Turbo.
I just did Zio. Oh, I guess you did the movie.
Yeah.
So Turbo, I don't know if this needs a magic one, but just make anyone from the team, just any Ranger. I know you're going to start with either red or blue. I don't feel like I need a magic wand for it, but I would like them. Like, so monster wise, having Piranhatrons would be kind of cool. Like if they came out with them, I would get them. I'm not going to wand those. It would be cool though to get like a legitimate Divatox figure. I don't know if I would also magic wand that, but if there is an ask, like I think that is like having the Alliance of Evil, like kind of in a representation. I think would cool because we have.
And then you can get that undercover Andros figure.
Yeah, like you have all that. Like we have an Astronema, we have an Ecliptor. Like if you get a Divatox in there and a King Mondo, you got a good little team there.
Yeah.
Malagor, if that technically counts, might actually be a villain I would get.
Malagor, wait, was he in the show or he was in the movie, right?
He was in the movie, but it's also the same suit they used for Dark Spectre.
Which is in space.
Yeah.
So they could like maybe repaint it and rebrand it.
Counts for both. Hang on one sec.
While he's saying that, I could see getting a Malagor or one of them if it was an oversized figure. If it was like a deluxe, like big chonky boy figure, then I could see getting that and put it like behind the team where they're facing or something. Again, I don't know that he would be somebody I would vote for in this, you know, and that's the tricky thing because there's tons of figures we want. There's tons that we would get if they made, but this is like, well, I'm not going to use my magic wand to get that made. I don't know.
Yeah.
Was that it for Turbo for you?
Yeah. Again, like I'm sure if we went through every monster, we'd be like, that monster's awesome. I would love that. I can't. None are.
I'm not really. I don't think there's a single monster of the week that I'm thinking of. Like there are like main villains and generals and sidekicks and stuff. But like monster of the week, there might be some really cool ones. I didn't plan on getting any monster of the weeks. I have 3, and all 3 of them I didn't plan on getting, but they all were on sale and looked cool, and that's why I got them.
Same.
So, excuse me. Well, for Turbo,
Pudgy Pig is actually one I got through a trade, but I would have legitimately like got him.
I passed on him when he was like less than $20, which let me know that I really didn't want him. And I know he's like a classic, but I never liked him.
I
never liked
loved that episode as a kid.
Again, I understand that I'm in the minority of like just not liking him, but like, yeah, it just because the monster of the week, I don't know, I feel like it has to look really awesome for me to care, and so there are people that love his design, but there's something about it I find unappealing.
I think out of all of Power Rangers, I had to have seen the Pudgy Pig episode.
Did you have the VHS of it or something?
20 plus times. Yeah, my dad recorded it on a VHS for me and made my own little like best of Saturday morning stuff where it was VR Troopers and that and Beetleborgs and Super Samurai Tiger Squad.
That goes a really long way. I didn't have that experience of that, but I often talk about one of my favorite Godzilla movies, which is Godzilla versus Megalon, which is not a good one. There's a lot of dumb stuff in it, but I had it on a VHS as a kid, so I watched it all the time, and so it's kind of the same thing. We've been going for about 15 minutes. We plan to do this for about a half hour. We're on turbo. This might have to go 2 parts. You're like, go faster. Well, I didn't say, okay, so turbo, like you, I would like any Turbo Rangers. Obviously, I'd like red, which I'm normally not a red guy, but TJ. But he drops down a little bit because I have a blue in space TJ. So I at least have a TJ. More important would be Blue Centurion, but I also have a pretty cool vintage Blue Centurion. So my top pick for turbo is Divatox. I would love an actually good Divatox.
That works.
Yeah. All right. So in space, and I go first?
Yes.
I don't think there's anybody from in space that I want.
Wow. Okay.
I got the whole team, and I got a Clipter, and I got 2 Astronomo. What else do I need?
So I don't know if this would take one of my coveted Magic Wand 5 picks, but I really want Darkonda.
If they made a Darkonda, I would buy it.
Yeah.
But he's not in the upper echelon of figures that I want.
And in terms of cronies, like that may be the number one crony I would get would be the Quantrons.
Okay. And again, I would take them too. I don't think I put any like foot soldiers in here at all. Because most foot soldiers I would get almost any, like they'd be cool, but very few I'm like, oh God, I wish they'd make that. Or, like when they come out, I'm like, that's cool. It's not like, oh, finally the character I always wanted.
Like everything about it, like I think that would be, as of now, my number one foot soldier pick would be Quantrons. I don't think it's getting a Magic Wand, and I really wanted Darkonda. It's right on the cusp of a Magic Wand, though.
Okay. All right.
Now it's on me for Lost Galaxy.
Yes.
Obviously, I would love a Trakina. I think it would be cool, but they're not going to do it. Of Magna Defender's son. If we got a little figure, that would be kind of cool. We're never getting one of those, though. Was it Piranha? Or I forget the name. Whatever the little bug guys are. I'll take them or leave them. They were cool enough. Really, I guess, like, and again, this Magic Wand stuff is very difficult on what I want to actually use it for. I would love if Lost Galaxy were the one that would start this trend of if they gave accessory packs that you could order like through Pulse, where it was like, here's the Lights of Orion for $40 for everybody. And you're like, okay.
I would go a step further and say, as much as I hate when they do this, if they released the whole team as like a Psycho Ranger set with the Lights of Orion, I could see getting that.
Oh, 100%.
Now that's having said that, I only own 2, and one of them I got on sale, so it's not that bad. But if I end up buying all of them, and then I'll be like, but like I would like Lights of Orion. That's true. I didn't have that, but that's a good point.
Yeah, and this is just another thing. I hope Pink comes with that Psycho sword. I forget the name of it.
Oh, wait, Lost Galaxy. Yeah, Lost Galaxy Pink should come with 2 heads.
No, 2 heads. Yes, but I agree with that. No, but the sword from that Psycho crossover.
Oh, because Psycho Pink we don't have that sword. Yeah. Right. Good point.
That's what I want.
I agree with everything you said. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done.
That's it?
Oh, I agree with everything you said. Trakina would be pretty high in that list. Trakina would probably be my top from Lost Galaxy right now. And here's the other thing. There's a lot of teams like Lost Galaxy. The whole team is now. So obviously we want the whole team, but it's like they're probably going to release it, and it's not like the only time I would pick one if it's like one of my favorite characters of all time. That's like I have to make sure this happens. But any team that's half done, it's pretty safe they're going to make them. Villamax would be my second choice after.
I was thinking that too.
And I would almost make him first because he's less likely to get made. But I'm like, well, I don't want Villamax without Trakina, but he would be my next choice.
That'd be solid. Lost Galaxy or Lightspeed, sorry, is on you.
Lightspeed is tough. Titanium, first American only Ranger, but I do like Red from Lightspeed a lot. Any Lightspeed would be good. Again, kind of like we didn't have any, but I feel like Titanium is the one that we need. Lightspeed is another one that had a couple cool power up packs. Like not everybody had them, but like I like those power ups. And then from the villains, I would like a Vipra figure. I thought she was really cool looking. Not my favorite character, but in terms of like the way she looked, like that kind of like demon wing thing, bat wings.
I forget the name, but that red dragon like general I thought was really cool too. I think he was a baby and then he grew up toward the end. Had like a star on him or something.
I mean, I kind of remember as you're describing it, but obviously it didn't stick in enough that, you know.
Magic wand on Titanium.
Yeah. You think he's gonna be one of your top 5?
I'm telling you right now, he's in my top 5.
Okay. Anybody else from Lightspeed other than those two?
I think Lightspeed would be a great way of them starting deluxe figures with battleizers.
Sure. Yeah.
They could do it for they could do it for green, they could do it for blue, they could do it for red. I think also like that is a great way of them kind of incentivizing getting, you know, a non-red ranger with extra
I'll go a step further. And this might be a controversial move but also especially coming from me, because I'm all about like screen accuracy and what was in the show and what do they look like. I think we only saw 3 of them have battleizers or big accessory packs or whatever. I don't think pink and yellow got them.
No.
If they made them and they gave pink and yellow ones that matched aesthetically, had that same kind of backpack sort of thing, and gave them a weapon that made sense, I'd get those. Even though they weren't canon, it's like they should have had them. And it's sort of like, well, it was just off screen. We didn't see that battle. You know, I think that they could get away with doing that. And especially, I'd have to go and look at the designs, but I feel like there's a chunk in the back that could be reused for all of them and then just put on different pieces. That would be a good way to cost down.
Yep. I think overall, Lightspeed is going to be good when they do release stuff for it. I honestly don't even remember who the cronies were. But yeah,
I'm bad at remembering cronies in general, to be honest.
I remember for the most part. That one, for whatever reason, is drawing a blank for me.
I am too.
Let's see. I have Time Force.
Oh yeah, Time Force is next. Yep. Yeah.
Obviously want everybody. We got Red already. I'm shocked we don't have Jen yet. That one makes no sense to me.
But she's been announced, right?
I don't remember if she's been announced or not.
I thought she was announced. Maybe I'm crazy.
If she's been announced, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
But, I'm not going to use a wand, but I want Jen and Quantum, like real bad. Rancic would be really cool as well. I think that's a really cool figure. I don't know. They'd probably make it an exclusive.
What's his daughter's name? Yeah, and they might make him a deluxe, I bet, too.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
What's his daughter's name? I can't remember his daughter's
name. Nadira?
She had the white outfit. Nadira, very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, all of those figures I would want. I don't know if I would magic wand to any of them. I'd also like a circuit figure. I feel like he should just come with like one of the Rangers we haven't got.
He should come with Trip, for sure.
Yeah, he should come with. Well, no, he won't though. Wait, hold on.
Trip's green.
Oh yeah, Trip. Yeah, Trip. Yeah. Okay, I was mixing up Trip and Lucas's names. Yeah, he should come with Trip. You're right. So yeah, I agree with all of those, but I don't think I would magic wand any of them. You know what I think we should do, because we're up on a half hour. Let's go to Ninja Storm, and then we'll do our top 5 from these, and we'll do a part 2.
Okay.
We're almost at a half hour. We're not going to make it.
It took me a sec to realize what you meant. I thought you were like half trolling me, saying we're going to skip Wild Force, to which I was going to be very upset with you.
No. I like Wild Force. Okay, Wild Force. I definitely would have wanted Lunar Ranger, but I already got him. And like again, the other ones are kind of coming out. Like I'm waiting for Yellow, but I'll get that whole team. Zanaku. And Zanaku might be a magic wand for me.
I know. I'm right on the cusp of wanding it.
To a lesser extent, Toxica and Jindrax I want, but I don't think I magic wand. Yeah. Which is a bummer because they're less likely to come out than him, but yeah.
I feel like for that, it's a very easy like 2-pack situation.
I agree, except what's the demand? You know, how many are they going to sell?
You put black with Jindrax, and you
Oh.
put like white with Toxica.
Right, that could work. Yeah. No interest in Master Vile, to be honest. I never liked that character design that much.
A Master Org.
Master Org, yeah. Sorry, Master Org.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, overall, I'm excited to complete this team. But yeah, at the end I might use a wand on Zanaku.
All right. Well then, Ninja Storm, you go, and this will be the last one we do on this.
So for Ninja Storm, really, I mean, we have some placeholders right now, assuming we didn't get rid of our legacy collection for the main 3. I just want them to make all 6. Like, I just want a full Ranger team in the same scale. There's never been a green in any way, shape, or form outside of the original release, because for SH Figure Arts, green was missing, and for Legacy, the later 3 were missing. So I just want a complete team.
I mean, yeah, they should do complete teams for everybody. Me being not a huge Ninja Storm fan in general, green was my favorite.
Yeah.
So I would want green. And then again, I don't think I'd use a magic wand on it, and I probably would have to, but I would like a Cybercam figure of just him looking kind of goofy and, you know, like maybe, I don't know, comes with headphones or something. And then to a much lesser extent, I had to look up their names, but Mara and Capri, which were the daughters.
Yeah.
I kind of like evil girl figures. Like, I feel like they could fit that theme, but you know, if I had to pick one, it would be green, but I don't think I would waste my juice on that. So that being said, okay, so that was our big overview. So I kept notes. I'm imagining you didn't, but like
I kept mental notes.
Okay, let's go back to the beginning.
Yep.
And you can only pick. Well, do you want to say you can only pick one from each season to make it easier / harder?
No, I thought we were just going over everything we want, and then we get 5 magic wands total.
Okay. All right. Well, how do you want to do that? Then do you want to just blast through them right now?
So I know as of now, I have 1 magic wand that I'm using. Do you have any magic wands you're using?
Let me look. With this half, I'm gonna use a magic wand on Divatox.
Okay. So you have a magic wand on Divatox. I have a magic wand on Titanium.
Okay.
I think originally I said I would for Ninja, and I'm taking that back.
Okay. Because you realize there's other options.
Yeah, the more I was thinking of it, I'm like, oh, like I really like Darkonda. I don't know if I want to wand. And like I've been getting into the comics a lot more since like this last month, and like there can easily be like 4 magic wands just from the comics.
We didn't even do comics. Yeah,
this might
be a 3-parter. This might be a 3-parter, to be honest.
No, I think this is an easy 2-parter.
We'll see. We'll see. Okay, well, what's your second pick? Because you got Titanium, I got Divatox.
I don't have another wand pick right now.
What does that mean?
Like, if we have 5 magic wand swipes,
yes,
I'm saving my 4 for part 2.
No, okay. You misunderstood what I said before. You know how Dan Larson does the top 10 figures of the year, and he does it in phases?
Oh, when you adjust them? Okay.
Right. So we're picking 5 right now, and you could change them and like replace them.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
So
in no particular order, Titanium, King Mondo.
So just do King Mondo. Now I'll do one just to break it up a little bit. For my second, now here's a question. I want to do Bulk and Skull as a 2-pack, but that's kind of cheating. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, which is a little bit cheating, but I don't care. I'm just going to force it through. I'm going to pick Bulk, but he comes with alternate pieces, specifically the head, so that he could be Bulk from Samurai or Bulk from Mighty Morphin. You allow that?
I guess. It wouldn't happen for sure.
Well, it's a magic wand. Yeah, I think asking for an extra head is not that crazy. And all you do is make him bald and like a little bit older. I think that's fair.
And a removable jacket, so he has 2 outfits.
Yeah. Or you pick an outfit that could kind of fit either one of them, something in the middle. But okay, so I got Divatox and Bulk. You got Titanium and King Mondo. Who's your next?
Zanaku.
Now here's the question, because Zanaku might have been one of mine. Should I double up if I want him, or are we getting 10 out of this?
It's up to you.
All right, I'm going to not put him on. In the comments, if you think we can't do that, and if I want Zanaku,
it's our show. We can do whatever rules we want.
Well, I'm thinking that we both have this power, and if you picked him, then why waste mine?
No, we are a team. We are a council of magic wand users.
Okay. Then I'm not going to pick him, although he might have gotten picked. Divatox, Titanium. I might have picked Titanium. Nadir, Wild Force, Toxic, Zanaku. That makes it a lot easier, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Skull.
Oh, I was going to do it if you weren't going to.
There you go. Okay. We helped each other because Zanaku was one of them. Okay, so I got Divatox, Bulk, and Skull. You got Titanium, King Mondu, Zanaku.
I'm going to go with Darkonda.
Okay. I'm loving your list because 3 of them are ones, or 2 of them are ones that I was going to pick, and 2 of them were like, yeah, okay, those are good. Okay, let me look at mine again. I'm torn between Babu and Rito. My loyalty to Steve versus what I think will look better on my shelf. Also, which one do I think is more likely to come out? Which one is worth wasting the magic on? I'm gonna say Rito. I'm gonna say Rito. Yeah.
For mine, I just had it and I lost it.
The last one.
Let me go in reverse order really quick. We went through Mighty Morphin. We went through Zeo. Turbo, we kind of shrugged at. Lightspeed, I gave my pick. Time Force. I feel like there was another villain I'm forgetting.
Trakina?
No. You already said Rito. Oh, I guess. All right. Ninjor, just to round it out.
Ninjor? Okay. That makes it easy on me again, too.
Yep.
I think that the second part is going to be a lot harder on us.
Oh, there's going to be like Titanium and everybody else is gone.
All right, so let me see for my 5th. Yeah, it's tough too because like Trakina is a more important character, but I like Viper's character design more. So it's like, well, how do I pick that? Pink Ranger is a must-have, but I feel like she's coming out. She's gonna come out. So
She's got to.
Wow. Wait, neither of us have any Rangers. Oh, Titanium. He's the only Ranger. Yeah.
I have a Ranger, and Ninjor's an honorary Ranger. So
that's true.
Well, because everybody's a main. I mean, you could use Cam.
I could use Cam, but if I'm thinking figures that are gonna come out that just haven't, I would want Time Force Pink before I'd want Cam. I'm gonna put Time Force Pink just to keep it real, because that that's a figure I'd really want. She probably won't last for the next round, but when I put up the thumbnail, it's gonna be top 10 Lightning Collection figures we think need to be made: Divatox, Bulk, Skull, Rito, Time Force Pink, Titanium Ranger, King Mondo, Zanaku, Darkonda, and Ninjor. That's a pretty good list.
Top 10 list so far, part 1.
Yeah, so far part 1. I think it's going to be a 3-parter. You think it's going to be a 2-parter. You could tell us in the comments who you think is going to be right based on how much we ramble. But until then, this was a good little filler. We're not going to come back to this immediately. We're going to do the Dino Fury finale. We'll get back to this list. We have another, and we might even have a few videos in between. We'll come back to this though.
This will be a series though.
This will be a series of at least 1 more, maybe 2. But yeah, the next episode will be Dino Fury finale, and then we have another thing that I can't talk about. And then so until then, I have been Gazbot.
Still the big dog, and to the power. See you guys later.
Yeah.
It might actually make sense to do 3 because of we went through about 10 seasons.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I'm looking at this list, and we just started Disney. So we got to get through Disney, Neo Saban, Hasbro, and comics.
Yeah.
And that's not even including the new, like the Lionsgate movie or Legendary, whoever made that movie. Legendary.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll see you next week. Bye.